unknown.
Coming in hot.
Coming in hot.
Like a rocket man.
That's right.
Rocket man.
A Scirocco out of the high desert plains of Nevada.
Nice.
That's right.
Except in Richard's case. Then it's kind of like the valley from one tavern to another.
It's midnight in the desert. Oh, wait. No, that was another show.
Put your camel to bed. It's time for the one and only Mr. Richard.
Nice. So
The dubious.
Hey, Richard.
The dubious. The amazing.
the fantastic, the totes awesome.
There you go.
Let's not get carried away.
No, let's get carried away.
No, that's
let's
quite
not
all
take
right.
No, I like the way this is going.
Let's not take it too far, shall we?
Yeah,
I don't think we're taking it far enough.
there's only so much people will believe.
Yeah, this is true.
Oh, oh.
I gotta go with Phil's assessment on this one.
Alrighty then. So welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to this week's edition of the Squatchable podcast, where we take some Bigfoot stories, have a little look at them, have a little chat about them. Joining me as always from the 40 slip, we have Chris York. Chris, how are you?
I am just wonderful.
He's fantastic. And joining us also from Power Breakdown, Phil Pulling. Phil, welcome to the show.
Thank you, big, fat, and happy.
Awesome. And if you enjoy Power Breakdown or the 40 slip, you may enjoy the badly drawn misadventures of two Bigfoot. Head on over to Facebook and Bigfooting with Keith and Colin, where this week Errol the Zombie's romances of the new zombie secretary goes well.
Did that one get you, Phil?
Everyone loves Errol.
That kind of caught me off guard. I got to admit it.
Oh.
Everyone
Yeah.
loves Errol. Errol is one of the more popular characters I've ever made. Everyone likes him.
Yeah. It's just this. Never mind. Go ahead. No, I
Go
didn't mean to interrupt with that madcap laughter.
No, it's all right, everyone. Everyone corpses. So without further ado, I am your host, Richard Allen, and let's just get on with it. Our first story, as always, as long as he makes videos, we will talk about him. Tim Fasano. Tim is is going ahead with Operation Deep Skunk. Which I'm going to be honest.
Hello, little man. Boy, have I heard a lot about you.
Oh, this is going to be a good show. You can feel it.
Your father and
No, sorry. Oh man, Deep Skunk.
Deep Skunk. That is the legitimate name of his operation. He's heading deep. Well, Chris watched the video. You didn't, Phil, so you missed out on this. But he's heading deep,
Operation Deep Skunk.
deep into the Florida wilderness.
It's like
Hello.
maybe.
Uh-oh.
Oh,
There he is. It is Phil.
there.
It's like what, Phil?
It's like this time he's actually going more than 1,000 yards from his house.
No. This time he's following a state road because it's deep in the wilderness, and that's where all the Bigfoot are going to be.
This time it's like apocalypse now, Phil.
Yeah.
That
Deep,
smell.
deep,
That deep skunk smell.
deep.
Smells like victory.
Do you know what? If they remade Apocalypse Now with Tim Fasano, that would be like the best movie ever made.
Skunk Cabbage Annie. Dun, 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 dun.
Just
Skunk
him
Cabbage Annie.
going down the Everglades in like an old pontoon boat.
Oh, that'd be
Everybody said she was insane.
That'd be great. But yeah, it's 10 minutes of just pure quality Tim Fasano.
You can't ask more than that.
the Teddy Roosevelt quotes.
Yeah. The man is a national treasure. Like,
And happy birthday, Tim.
happy birthday, Tim. We like to poke fun at you, but we do. We are fans of yours.
He is a national treasure. In fact, in
So-
100 years, they're going to dig him up and prop him up once a year. You know, just
Phil, you say what you will, Phil. I am pro Tim Fasano.
so am I. I just gave him
No,
a
you're
compliment.
not. You're not.
No,
You're
I
not.
gave him a
You're not.
compliment.
No,
I
no,
gave
you're
him
not.
I
You're
did.
not.
I gave him a compliment.
Okay.
I
All
gave
right.
him a compliment.
All right.
We love us some Tim Fasano. Guy is a legend. And you know what? I defy any of you to find a Bigfoot researcher that is more entertaining than Tim Fasano.
Yeah. Even Tim Barrickman can outdo Tim Fasano.
No one can.
Tim Barrickman.
Tim Barrick. What'd I say?
You said Tim Barrickman. That's what you said.
I didn't mean Tim Barrickman.
Did you mean Cliff Barrickman?
I did. Oh, it's pronounced Barrickman.
Barrickman. Well,
Cliff Barrickman.
Yes, Cliff.
right. Cliff. The Cliffster.
Yeah, I was a faux pas on my part.
No, Tim Barrickman. Barrickman.
You see there, Normie, the Sasquatch.
Yeah, but that's how I'm going to remember him now, as Tim Barrickman. I like that. We should keep that one going. We should keep that going.
We'll do it. We'll do it.
But yes, that is 10 minutes. The link is in the description. If you have not already watched it, go and watch his videos and subscribe. Give him some love. He deserves it. Our next story comes from Power Breakdown. It is the Bigfoot on Bear Mountain. Well, it's the dude sitting in shade on Bear Mountain.
Now, don't just give it away. You're not just. Oh, spoiler alert! Hey,
I'm
spoiler
sorry.
alert.
I have seen some terrible Bigfoot videos over the years, but this one is just.
This one takes the cake for you.
This was sent to me by, I'm not going to say any names, but a well-known Bigfoot researcher asked me if I could, zoom in on it, enhance it so that he can get a better look.
This looks good.
I
took one
it was
look
so
at this
clear.
and went.
It was so clear.
I'm gonna go person sitting under a tree for 500.
I think you should name and shame Phil, because any Bigfoot researcher that took this video seriously deserves everything that happens to him.
Yeah. But
I mean,
I
there
don't
were
think that you
kid
should name and
videos.
shame. I'm not saying you should name and shame. I'm saying anybody who thought that was a viable Bigfoot video should have their fucking eyes checked.
Well, in there lies the problem.
Sorry.
It's all right, Chris.
It's,
We don't swear.
That got heated. I came in a little hot on that one, Phil.
I was just doing it as a favor, and I figured, well, since I'm doing it, I might as well make a video. Through the
It's
money out
Richard's
there.
fault, really, because he got me talking about like how this is because when I watched this video, the first thing I saw when I looked at it, I was like, dear God, it's obviously just somebody sitting underneath a tree.
You didn't even need to enhance it. That's the thing. You didn't need to stabilize it. You didn't need to enhance it. You could see it was a person under a tree.
Yeah.
You could see it was a humanoid under a tree.
You know what it looked like to me, Richard? It looked like everybody that you would see sitting off to the trail in the distance in Red Dead Redemption.
Yeah. Yeah.
It looked like a person sitting down on the ground.
But
that's all it looked like to me.
Not everybody plays Red Dead Redemption, so
there you go. Phil, people see what people look like sitting on the ground. But what I'm saying is, if you've ever played Red Dead Redemption, then you've ran around on a horse in this world and seen people sitting off to the side at like little campsites and stuff.
Then you wouldn't need to watch the video.
Phil, I don't even like you right now.
I know, man. I know.
Listen,
I'm just being obstinate as Somebody can attest.
I'm
to-
just like throwing out curses because I'm trying to give Richard some just desserts.
He already
Why am I
had.
getting just desserts. What have I done to annoy you? You can't just claim vengeance for something I haven't done.
Wait. We'll talk about it after the show.
No, he had his just desserts this morning. I think when he woke up.
Ooh.
You're not kidding. I have not had a hangover that bad in years. Mixed drinks last night and all sorts. It was a
And I made the mistake of saying, "Hey, Richard, you want to hang out?"
Richard, drinking is an art form.
well, I'm not you, Phil. I don't have your years of experience.
Phil, anyway, I applaud you for your ability to stabilize
Yes.
this figure.
Hmm.
We'll call it a figure underneath a tree in the shade.
Thank you, Chris. Thank you.
I applaud that ability. You do have a way of looking into these videos and seeing the things
Chris,
that I can't see.
Chris,
However,
Chris,
I have seen you what is known as screw the pooch before.
Chris, thank you, Chris. Shut up, Chris.
Oh, wait a minute. What was the one where the guys were blowing up like the thermite or whatever? Remember that one, Phil?
It's the Yeti video.
They were blowing up the thermite.
Yeah, they were like blowing stuff up using like thermite. What was that stuff that everybody was buying? Not thermite. Maybe it was thermite. People were blowing it up, and there was a video where like it looks like Bigfoot takes running off.
Oh,
it was,
I
like
remember
some
that one.
leaves.
Yes, it was.
But you didn't catch that.
No, I didn't. No, I didn't. And that's a rarity because
that is a rare occasion.
Because on the ones with the leaves right in front of the camera, I'd say 99% of the time they were caught. So
right.
That was
no. And Phil, more often than not, I've called you my fun ruiner because whenever a video comes out and I'm like, oh, there's some hope. Nope, there's Phil Poling.
No. Well, there's always the Freeman footage. There's always the Freeman footage.
Always the Freeman footage, which Richard thinks is a suit with a zipper.
No, that's a Patterson gimmick.
No, that's the Patterson.
Oh, the Patterson.
I don't have any problem with the Freeman footage.
You don't? What? Wait, what?
I don't have any problem with it. I can't see anything obviously wrong with it.
Okay, I that's news to me.
And it looks like a Bigfoot.
It does look like a Bigfoot.
And it looks like a Bigfoot.
I don't know if there was like a whole family of Bigfoots in that video, like some people claim.
No. There was the mama or daddy Bigfoot.
There's the mama, the daddy.
No. There was just two. There was supposedly two. A parent and a small Bigfoot.
Right.
That was running ahead, supposedly. I never caught the small one.
Right.
No.
But
listen, I've been educated tonight. I've learned something new.
I didn't have a problem with the Patterson Gimlin footage until the 4K footage came out. And now I'm like, ugh. That's obviously a dude in a suit.
Yeah. I don't see it that way, but okay.
Okay. We will agree to disagree. Also, you're wrong.
Okay.
Next story.
Tim Barrickman.
Tim
Barrickman brings us the best footage we've ever seen.
We have another enhanced strange sounds in the woods video. I've watched a bunch of these, and 90% of them I can't hear anything at all. But in this one, it's 21 seconds, and there is definitely a weird sound.
This one I didn't get to.
Wow, it's what I missed. Wow, it's what I missed.
It's just some dude in the woods, and then there's this really weird, like echoey sort of monkey noise.
Monkey noise.
That's the only way.
Maybe he's near a zoo.
Maybe. I mean, that would be an explanation, but that's the only way I can describe it. It's a monkey noise. It sounds monkey-ish.
I've heard some pretty weird shit out in the woods before.
Yeah.
You're talking about the night that we were together again, aren't you?
Nope.
Oh, okay.
No, that was a coyote.
Oh, I thought you were talking about Jeff.
No, yeah, I've heard that before too.
Okay.
No, but I've also heard some when I was out in the woods with Dax and Bill Brock was there for a brief moment of time, and then he left and did not show up until the very end of the night. We heard something, but it more than likely was a fox. So
Foxes make weird noises.
They do.
yes, they do.
That link is in the description. Feel free to check it out for yourself. It is some weird noise. Our next story is an 1.5-hour podcast.
Tim Barrackman.
It's about the Laurie Simmons, Brent Dill whole deal that happened earlier in the year. They go into details about the whole thing, about how Laurie said that there's Bigfoot under a tree, about how Brent Dill went out there, dug under the tree. If you listen to the 14 Slip, you know the story, but if you don't, and discovered that it wasn't a Bigfoot, it was a branch scraping on another branch, creating a noise. And so it's an 1.5 hours of them talking about that whole thing. And they go into massive detail.
Oh, I thought she was upset because he went out there and started digging on her tree.
She was quite upset about it, yes.
Yes, she was.
You know, her magical tree.
A magical Bigfoot tree.
Are they now talking about this whole thing that happened?
I don't know.
This is another one that I missed. Who did this podcast?
It's Bigfoot Beyond. Here we are. Yeah, the Bigfoot Encounters USA.
Okay.
I know none of these people. Okay, terrific.
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Okay. So, okay, I'll read you the blurb.
Righto.
Is there a tree in the woods of Washington that is the entranceway to a family of Bigfoot who live underground? Starting with her father, Laurie Simmons carried on a legacy of contact with Bigfoot that centered upon a strange twisted twin Douglas fir that constantly dances in the wind to the tune of what some say is Bigfoot knocking. Others, like Brent Dill, say it's nothing more than a branch on a tree rubbing against his counterpart. Others disagree and say terrible things about Brent Dill that left him in a real pickle. God.
Left him in a real pickle?
Oh, that's some bad stuff there.
What kind of a pickle did he wind up in?
Well, Dill, get it?
Oh.
And so they went to the tree and they did an interview in front of a tree. And, that was it. A Bigfoot tree.
Did she stomp on the roots of the tree? She used to do that, you know.
She used to do that. I don't think they talked to Laurie. They talked to Brent.
Oh, I see.
They talked to Brent, but not Laurie?
Yeah. I don't think she's still talking about it.
Yeah.
I
had actually, because we had Brent on the 40 and Slip, I had asked her to come on, and she refused.
Really?
Yeah. I'm friendly with her. I still talk to her if she speaks to me or whatnot.
Yeah, she never talks to me at all.
Well, there's probably a reason.
Yeah, there is.
I'm sure there is. But no, I tried to get her to come on to give her side of the story with the whole thing, and she just wouldn't.
Yeah.
So
yeah, oh, there you go.
And I have my feelings on the whole thing. I think that it's one of those things where I don't agree with her, and she's known that for a long time. I don't think that what's going on there is Bigfoot or has been Bigfoot for any time. And I thought that Brent going there and trying to prove that it just didn't need to happen.
Probably not.
That was my feeling about it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I agree on that point.
I thought it was very personally motivated. It was very
Oh, yeah.
Emotionally motivated.
Well, she dumped him. He wanted revenge.
Yeah.
Right. That sounds about right.
Yeah. I think it was very emotionally motivated. So
What
it was
for?
just stupid, and it's not the way Bigfoot research should be done. This happened. I'm hurt, so I'm gonna go try to prove that this didn't happen, so that I can rip her heart out or his heart out for that matter.
Are you mental? That is
What?
exactly how Bigfoot research works. You piss off someone and then slag them off all over everywhere. That's like how the game's played. That's Bigfoot research 101.
Well, that's not how it should be done, though, Richard.
No, it's not how it should be done. It's just what happens. That's what gets the press, right?
Oh yeah.
I mean, otherwise we wouldn't.
Who's got their finger in what pie?
Right? Yeah.
I agreed with it.
See how I tried to tone that down after I blew an F-bomb earlier in the show?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. It's all right. It's all right, We can have like one per show and still be PG-13. So
yeah, we can still be okay.
Yeah. Accidents happen.
We can still have those teenagers getting in to see the show.
Through the back door.
That's all right. That's all right, kids. Don't tell mom and dad that Chris blew the F-bomb this week.
Yeah. Just sneak into the back door. Turn it on.
That's right.
But yeah,
headphones on.
I agreed with him to the point where it's important to call out hoaxers. You guys disagree?
No.
That's fine.
No, I listen. I think that that you should call out hoaxers. Okay, that's not what I disagreed with with that whole subject. My disagreement was it never should have been done that way. He did it for the wrong reasons, and there was no need for it. Like anybody, like Matt and I had the same feeling about it. Anyone worth their salt in the Bigfoot community and beyond would and who paid any attention. It's like when we were just watching the breakdown video Phil did. Anybody worth their salt watching that video, looking at that video, if you think that's a Bigfoot, there's a problem. Okay. And for the most part, people can look at the Laurie Simmons research and make a rational judgment for themselves and probably come to the rational and proper decision.
I think that the majority of people would probably consider her viewpoint as delusional.
I wasn't going to say delusional, Phil.
I didn't say it was. I said there's a lot of people out there, I'd say even most people, who after hearing her story would consider
I'm not
her.
saying she's delusional. What I'm saying, Chris, is that 75%.
Well, it's just like Dr. Johnson. I don't make any videos about Dr. Johnson. Why? It's unnecessary. Why? Because of what he says, and the average person will listen to what he says and would consider him
right.
to be delusional.
And we thought it was a moot point what Brent did. Like we thought it was it was unnecessary. He didn't need to do it.
Correct.
However, we're not against people calling out other people as hoaxers.
There's a difference.
But if you're a person who hears something and says, "Oh my God, I have a connection with a creature," and you believe that, that's not you being a hoaxer.
Right.
You hear a noise, all of a sudden they've got a family of Bigfoot.
It might border on what Phil says is delusional, but it's not being a hoaxer. People who hoax are
she believes what she's saying.
Right, correct.
She believes,
which was why you and I got into our initial argument about the whole thing to begin with back when we were talking about it.
Way back when.
But yes, opinion is divided on the subject. I get what you're saying, and I do agree. And he did do it just because he was butthurt because he got
It was spiteful.
Yeah, but that doesn't make his findings any less right.
And next week on the Squatch
listen, I
Turn.
didn't say that it made his findings any less right either.
No, you didn't. I didn't. No, you didn't. I'm just. That's where I am with it. I get what you're saying, and I do agree that it was spiteful, and he just did it because he was butthurt. But it doesn't mean. It is a tangled web.
Next week on the Squatch Turns, will he come to realize his errors of his ways? Stay tuned. But first, a word from Ivory Snow.
And for our last story,
If you want to be completely clean,
this one's Bigfoot and Beyond. It's Cliff and Bobo's podcast. It's an
Tim
interview.
Barrackman?
Yes.
Tim Barrackmans.
Tim Barrackman. It's an interview with Tom Shea, and let me just say that this podcast was a lot better than I thought it was going to be.
Cliff Fay?
Cliff Fay, Bobo Barrackman, Jimmy Barrackman.
Jimmy Barrackman.
I thought it was Timmy Barrackman.
No, we're going with Jimmy.
Jimmy.
Okay, well, okay. It's been changed.
Richard got me with that one.
Uh,
Jimmy Barrackman.
Jimmy Barrackman. It's been changed to Jimmy.
Okay.
It's official. All right.
All right,
This
Cliff
was a nice-
and Bobo.
This is just a 30-minute podcast. They talked to Tom Shea about his encounters with Bigfoot called Goliath. Various encounters he's had over the years. And did you know that Tom Shea proved that Bigfoot exists?
No.
I had no idea.
Very early on in the podcast, Cliff says that Tom Shea is one of the very few people that's given him hair that is 100% Sasquatch.
I see.
100%.
Yeah. You know, I do know that
You don't say.
that Jimmy really is very enthusiastic about the podcast. He comes in there like Rocket Man. He comes in there all prepared. He's like,
Jimmy Barrackman?
yeah, he's all hot and just like, we're coming out. I mean, the guy is just nuts.
Yeah.
So uplifting and positive and energetic. You know,
That's
Yeah.
amazing. Phil, I'm blown away.
yeah, burning out his fuse up there alone,
I'm blown away, Phil.
Like a rocket man.
like
Yeah.
a rocket man.
Rocket man.
Yeah.
Do. Right, anyway. So, yeah, 30 minutes long. It's a decent listen, to be fair. Cliff and James have a very good rapport. Like Chris and Matt, only without the swearing. And they interview Tom Shea, and he talks about his encounters with Bigfoot. I mean, it's very much a sort of Bigfoot Outlaws-esque thing with, what's his face, Bear and Goombo. It's those kind of stories, but it's still a good listen. If you're interested, the link is in the description. Well, that will wrap us.
Wow.
Rocket Man.
Rocket Man. Hey, you know what that reminds me of?
A fuse up there alone.
Hey, you know what that reminds me of? Phil?
What does that remind you of, Chris?
It's the Bob and Dave Show.
It's the Bob and Dave Show. That was the best show on the net for both shows.
That was the best. That was the best 2.5 shows of not even 5 minutes.
Yeah, it sure was. It was a lot of fun, though.
Bob and Dave Show.
Yeah.
That's
That was a good one. I love that one. It was a good show.
Who didn't love the Bob and Dave Show? Come on now. It's the best stuff out there, man.
Pretty much everyone didn't like the Bob and
Yes.
Dave.
Started losing.
Don't be a hater.
Yeah, it was
Don't-
actually a good show. It was the shortest podcast on the net.
That's right.
You
We
can't.
tried to redefine. So the problem is, Richard, is we were ahead of our time. We tried to redefine the breakdown.
Yep.
With a gonzo type of journalism.
Yep.
You're
It's-
being
it was-
incredibly generous to yourself right now.
No, I'm not. You ask Phil.
It was
Phil will
entertaining.
tell you that was the brainchild of the whole thing.
It was incredible, actually.
It was.
It was for the people with very short attention spans,
Much like Wu-Tang, it was for the children, Richard.
for the young at heart and the
Yeah.
young.
And the young. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, no, that was just a balloon. Yeah.
I do remember the Bob and Dave show. And
As you should.
See, there you go.
You remember the Bob and Dave show?
we were international,
my memory just won't let that one go.
It shouldn't.
and it was only 2 shows, and you still remember it.
That's right.
I
2.5.
That's why it was such a landmark show.
fair dues.
Fair
Do you have
dues.
any new breakdowns coming out this week?
Ooh.
As soon as I find something to break down, it'll be a breakdown. Yeah,
It's the Bob and Dave Show.
He's gonna break that down.
yeah, break it down. Play it backwards and see what he says.
Phil worships Satan.
Satan worships him.
we should do another Bob and Dave show.
We should. Actually, Phil, we should do the next secret show.
Oh yeah, that's right. You were going to bring that up.
Yeah,
Okay.
We should do the
But,
next.
but wait. We can't do it now
Why?
because you just told everyone we're going to have it, and now it can't be a secret
See,
show.
the secret shows. See, we don't tell them when we're doing it.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's right. It's coming up sometime.
That's why
in the
it's
future.
secret. Because then all of a sudden I go, "Hey, today it's the secret show."
Right. They don't have
It's
to.
secret.
They just go right to your net and go, "Hey, look at this. The secret show's on.
Check out the secret show, man.
Wow, listen to this, man. Come here."
But Phil and I will be doing at some point in time. We haven't decided when yet. The secret show, episode 4, A Great No Hope.
A great no hope.
Are you going to be doing the Freudian slip tomorrow night?
Yeah, I might be.
What's going to be the topic?
Telepathy.
Telepathy.
Telepathy,
Ooh.
but not in the way you think.
Looking forward to that one.
In the world of time and space.
That's right.
And if you have had a paranormal or Bigfooty experience, Matt and Nat would love to hear from you. You can be reached at bigfootcrossroads@gmail.com. And we will return next week with more Bigfoot stories, despite the hopes of many. It's good night from me. Good night from them. Good night.
Yeehaw!